Well, hello again folks and welcome back to the channel, and we are back at it again with another video all about controversial art. Very risque. From the contentious historical masterworks of our previous video, this week we will move on to more contemporary pieces of art and installations. Sharks, silkscreens, beds, blasphemy, these artworks have stirred up controversy and divided opinion, but that's what makes them so fascinating to talk about. So buckle up, grab a glass of your finest $6.99 bottle of Blossom Hill, very classy, and get ready to explore some of the most provocative and polarizing works of art ever created. Number 1, the Marilyn Diptych by Andy Warhol. That's right, we are kicking off this list with the Marilyn Diptych by the world's most famous soup seller, Andy Warhol. Now, this piece of art caused quite a stir back in the day, but unlike some of the work we're going to look at today, it's a little bit harder to see why. So let's take a bit of a closer look. First of all, you've got 50 images of Marilyn Monroe all crammed together like a vibrant can of very glamorous sardines. That's a lot of Marilyn. Some people at the time didn't like the fact that Warhol was celebrating celebrity culture. They thought it was all a bit superficial and commercial and not the expected hoity-toity highbrow fare expected of the mainstream art world. Warhol was using her image to make a statement about how we consume celebrity culture. Plus, the artwork was created using a silkscreen technique, which was seen as a departure from traditional painting methods. And you know what? That's just cool. Being different is cool, kids. But there was a little bit more to it when we consider the timing of this piece. You see, Marilyn Monroe had just died when Warhol created this piece, so some people saw the use of her image as exploitative and its timing disrespectful and in poor taste. However, Warhol stated that the repetition of her image was meant as a commentary on the fleeting nature of fame and the inevitability of death. That's deep, man. That's some real university level art theory right there. So was the Marilyn Diptych controversial? You bet your sweet bippy it was, but that's what makes it so relevant today. It challenged conventional notions of art and raised questions about the relationship between art, commerce and celebrity culture, and that, my friends, is why it's a masterpiece. Number 2, My Bed by Tracey Emin. Oh, My Bed by Tracey Emin. Now that was a piece of artwork that caused quite a stir, didn't it? Some people found it shocking and offensive, while others hailed it as a masterpiece of conceptual art. And some people had to critique this installation in their art history module when they were 17 and remarked that not only was it not art, it wasn't even a very good messy bedroom, because mine was much, much worse. That was me. I said that. Sorry, not sorry. So, what was all the fuss about? Well, like most university accommodation, my bed consisted of an unmade bed surrounded by various items such as empty vodka bottles, cigarette butts, used condoms, and dirty underwear. Very edgy, Tracy. Very, very edgy. But let's be honest, it wasn't exactly the kind of thing that you'd expect to find in a museum or art gallery, and some folks found it to be vulgar and inappropriate. Imagine that. They argued that a messy bedroom filled with intimate objects was not a suitable subject for a work of art. Meanwhile, others questioned whether My Bed was even art at all. They argued that it lacked the technical skill or traditional aesthetics typically associated with art. But defenders of conceptual art, on the other hand, argued that the value of the work wasn't in its appearance or technique, no, but in its ability to challenge and provoke thought. Presumably, thoughts like, what the is this and mummy, this looks like dad's new bedroom in the house he moved into after you kicked him out. However, there were also accusations that Emin was just using her personal experiences as a marketing tool to generate publicity, rather than creating a work of art with genuine artistic merit. So there were debates about whether My Bed was legitimately expression of Emin's own personal experiences or just a calculated attempt to shock people. Overall, My Bed is a classic example of the ongoing debate about what art is, what it can be, and the role of the artist in society. Number 3, The Physical Impossibility of Death in the Mind of Someone Living by Damien Hirst. Jesus, Damien, why not just use all the words you could possibly think of when naming this piece? For the purpose of making things easier for myself, I am just going to refer to this as Big Dumb Shark Box for the rest of this video. Now, Big Dumb Shark Box was a piece of artwork that caused quite a stir when it was unveiled in 1991. First of all, let's talk about the shock value. Big Dumb Shark Box features a massive 14-foot tiger shark suspended in a tank of formaldehyde. That is a pretty damn striking image if you ask me, and it's no wonder why this piece grabbed everyone's attention. But it's not just the shock value that makes this artwork controversial. Oh no, it was also the conceptual controversy. The title of this piece, the real one, that is, the boring one, not Big Dumb Shark Box, raises all sorts of questions about the meaning and purpose of art. Is this just a gimmick designed to shock and generate publicity? Does it have any substance? That is up for debate, my friends. And then there is the ethical concerns. The use of dead animals in art is always going to be a bit of a hot button issue, and this artwork was no exception. Many animal rights activists protested the use of the shark in this manner, arguing that it was cruel and disrespectful to the animal. Finally, there's the matter of value controversy. This artwork sold for a record-breaking $12 million in 2004, proving the age-old belief that people are f***ing stupid and the super rich are a tasteless bunch of assholes. One thing is for sure though, that is a whole lot of cash, folks. But was it worth it? No, it obviously wasn't, but some critics argue that the high price tag was made more of a reflection of the hype and speculation than the artwork's artistic merit. All in all, Big Dumb Shark Box was a piece of artwork that caused a lot of controversy and sparked some pretty intense debates. Number 4, The Holy Virgin Mary by Chris O'Feely. Alright, buckle up folks, because we're about to dive into the controversy surrounding Chris O'Feely's The Holy Virgin Mary, and oh boy, it sure rustled some jimmies. Now, if you are not familiar with the painting, it is basically a black Madonna surrounded by all sorts of weird and wacky stuff, including elephant dung and pornographic images. Talk about mixing holy with whole. Oh, sorry about that. When the painting was displayed at the Sensations exhibition in 1999, people were losing their mind. Religious groups and politicians accused the museum of promoting anti-Catholicism and disrespecting Christianity. Mayor Rudy Giuliani even threatened to cut funding faster than a kid who had been grounded from his allowance. Talk about a holy war. The controversy sparked important debates about freedom of speech and artistic expression. Some argued that the painting was a legitimate work of art that challenged these traditional ideas, while others just couldn't get over the poop and the porn and the idea that a woman born in Jerusalem 2,000 years ago could have been anything other than white. Because, that makes sense, doesn't it? Love it or hate it, the Holy Virgin Mary remains an important and influential work of contemporary art. And if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that elephant dung should probably stay in the zoo. Oh, I'm glad that one's over. I'm not going to do anything religious for a while. Number 5. Oh my god, where do I even start with this one? Piss Christ is a photograph by Andres Serrano that depicts a small plastic crucifix submerged in a glass of, the artist's urine. Serrano created the piece in 1987 and it quickly became a lightning rod for debate, as you might imagine, with some people lauding it as a bold and provocative work of art, while others denounced it as blasphemous and offensive. Now, some people might argue that art should be provocative and push boundaries, and that is a fair point and one that I completely agree with. But in this case, many people felt that it deliberately used one of the most sacred symbols of Christianity, the crucifix, in this manner was disrespectful and offensive. I wonder why. When you consider the fact that Serrano received public funding for the creation of this artwork, holy actual it raises questions about whether taxpayer money should be used to support art that some may find deeply offensive. To make matters worse, the controversy surrounding Piss Christ was further fueled by the media. Some news outlets sensationalized the story, portraying Serrano as a disrespectful artist who was intentionally trying to offend Christians, and this led to protests and even acts of violence against the artwork and the artist himself. Know of any other controversial works of art? Preferably that don't contain either piss or Jesus in them, because, that would be nice. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and hey, while you're here, why not watch another video? There's going to be one on your screen right about now.